start with the first question. So, winning the Grammy for Love Bites, So Do I, was a huge milestone. What really changed for halestorm after that moment?
Um, I remember our A&R guy saying, he jokingly said, "Congratulations, you'll never listen to us again," as in like their suggestions or anything. But what changed after that is not much. We got a trophy, and we were honored to be there, and the whole night was just unforgettable. It was amazing, but to us, it's sort of it has always been our goal to get better every show, every album, every song we write, and in a way that I think having won such a prestigious award, it made us just consciously level up more and just make sure we were being honest at improving as musicians and as a band. And our Grammy uh, was for best performance, and that's special to us because we are a live performing band. No tracks. It's just four people on stage together, and mistakes and all. It's not perfect. It's human, but it's us trying to communicate. So in a way, we it was nice to be to receive such an award for something that we um, you know uh, is very important to us, the live performance.
Do you remember the exact moment you decided to dedicate your life to music? How was that for you? Was a kind of a easy way that you found out that you were ready to dedicate your life only to music?
Yeah, I was very lucky to grow up in in an area with a very strong music culture, and yeah, I grew up in this town, Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, and it was known, this this big band uh, conductor, Sousa. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he would do the big kind of boisterous orchestra music,
Yeah.
and he performed a lot in Willow Grove, and so I think maybe there was something in the water. There was something there, but I was very lucky to have that growing up. I decided to go to college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't bring my music up, my keyboard, my bass. I thought, I'm done with music. And one semester later, I bring all my instruments up, and I I never looked back. I only went to college 3 semesters. Then I drop out because I had the opportunity to play in a studio and record and perform with a band. And through this studio, I met Hailstorm, and then I never looked back. I That was 22 years ago. So it's been a wonderful journey, and something I feel very fortunate to be on.
Pretty cool. So can you tell us more about how your journey was before becoming part of the Hollistorm, more maybe in a sense of way of not only about the college, but your life in general? How was that with your family? They kind of supported, or how was that?
Yeah, my family, they were very supportive of you know, my brothers and sister, their our interests as children, and it's something I'm learning now. I have two kids, and so it's fun to sort of see what makes them tick and what gets them excited. And my parents did a very good job at focus helping us focus into what they thought we were naturally gifted at. And I played classical piano,
Oh,
and they always pushed me to do this, and then so I did into college a classical piano performance. um I'm not as good as I used to be, um, but yeah, that it was uh, a very good childhood, and my schools had very competitive jazz bands and orchestras and marching bands. I was in drumline. I was just always in music, even when I didn't want to be. My parents pushed me to say you got to do this, and I'm glad they did. I'm very glad they did.
so it was kind of an influence of your family for the music. So it came from them on the first moment, or it was something that you were more interested on?
You know, I was always interested in piano. One day, my father brings one home from he was construction, and so the person asked them to asked my dad to take a piano away. So he puts the piano on his truck, and he's going to throw it away. And my mom says, "No, no, no, bring the piano." And so then we have this piano, and I still have that piano. I have the piano now in my house, but it's the piano I learned on, and it's something I just I as a child I just loved tinkering and just hearing and figuring things out. And then I think through music, I there was always these points where it would make sense to me, or I played Fur Elise by Beethoven, and it was just like it's all I wanted to do. And so now it's like I feel I'm always looking for that um, that that inspiration to continue, but it's the same as when I was 7.
That's great to hear. And you guys collaborated with many artists outside the band. Was there any project that really pushed you out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, every time we do these we've done a lot of cover songs. Hailstorm, we've covered a lot of songs. We've done uh EPs with 6 cover songs. We've done a few of these. Every time we do one, it is such a lesson. It is because we pick these songs that are very good. They're very popular, but then we start to uh, dissect it to see like why it works and how it works, and then we build it up and try and make it our own, which is another wonderful lesson. And some of these, like we did AC/DC, an AC/DC song. I think we've done 2 maybe, I don't know. But you would think AC/DC is like, "Oh, it's easy rock song," and when you start to break it down, it is, um, it sounds simple, but it is so complex, and that is, that's something really special. Our most recent song we covered was for the Back to the Beginning concert that we played, Black Sabbath's last show. And it was a wonderful festival, and we played Perry Mason. And I think that was last summer. I think just now I'm good at it. Like it's and like we've been playing it, but it's taken me this long to fully grasp it, because it's just on bass it never lets up, and it's yeah, it's a great song.
So also, if you could explore a completely different genre in a side project, what would it be and why? Is there any specific genre that you would like to explore a little bit more?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I've always loved old funk and soul. And so I would probably do something like this, or um yeah, maybe someday challenge myself to play as jazz bassist or pianist. I'm studying that now, and maybe someday I'll be proficient enough to do a project like that.
That's so cool. You told me a lot that it's very important for you guys, usually the live perform. And what did it mean to you to perform at one of the biggest concerts in the history dedicated to a legendary band like Black Sabbath?
It was such an honor. And we've said this a couple of times, but when in life you have a bucket list of things you want to do before you die. But this is one of those things we didn't realize we would have the opportunity to do. So it was sort of this side mark of just unexpected things that we were fortunate enough to do before we died. uh, before we died. And so I mean, it was such an honor. The whole day was just incredible. The vibe of all the bands playing, all the people, everyone. I've never, nor do I think I will ever experience or feel that unity, so many people together for like one thing. It was incredible feeling. Yeah, we were truly honored to play it, and we had 15 minutes to perform 3 songs, and it went by like it.
So also, like, since we're talking about this, um, has there ever been a moment in your career when you thought about giving up on what you're doing?
Yeah, I don't know about giving up, but we got signed to Atlantic Records in 2005. In 2008, our first record came out in 2009. In 2008, we were still living in LA, recording our record, and uh, the label started just letting bands go. And we thought, we have been signed for 3 years, 3.5 years, and we have nothing. We haven't delivered a record. We're sitting out here in LA. We thought we were done. We thought our heads are on the chopping block. We're finished before we started. And we would celebrate always the good times, but we'd also sort of cheers to the bad. And to us, uh this was a cheers to saying, no matter what, we're going to do this, even if it means we go back to Pennsylvania and play the same bars we've always played. This is what we want to do. And it was always the four of us against the world. So it was really nice to have that. Before I did before I was in Hailstorm, I was a contractor. I would do big industrial sandblasting and spraying, and just really dirty jobs, very hard work. And I would call my dad, and he was always he's in the business, and so he knows business, and he's very good for advice. And I would tell him about our business and the troubles we're having and this and that, and just how frustrated I am. And he would always end by saying, you can always come back and work for the company. I need a sandblaster, and then to which I say, I'm good. I'll figure it out. So yeah, I never want to give up. I always want to play live. I always want to perform. I always want to get better. There's no giving up.
And what was the most difficult show you ever played, and why? There's a specific one, or how was that for you?
Um, Most difficult. I would. I'm trying to think of a specific one, but I think maybe just in general, not specific. The most difficult is when you're sick. If Lizzie's sick, it's one thing, but for us, if we have like if we are have a stomach flu or just the heebie-jeebies, like the creepy crawlies, and you just feel so bad and you're just shaking, and uh when you don't have a choice, you have to get on stage because and so for 2 hours you have to pull it together, and I think those are the hardest shows to play. But yeah, like there's no sick days basically, so that it can be difficult. Joe, our guitar player, just experienced that
Oh,
in Sao Paulo, and it was the biggest show, Monsters of Rock, because we were all looking so forward to it, and he was just so sick. And he held it together and he played the show. But yeah, I mean, you feel so bad for someone in that situation. So, but still got to play in front of 40, 50, I don't know, a lot of thousands of people. So it's not a bad sick day really, but yeah.
that's always that I always kept thinking about bands, because I usually go to concerts. We're like, okay, and there's sometimes we're waiting for hours. We're not like in our best shape to watch the concert, but I always keep thinking about people that are actually playing the concert, because that must be hard if you're not feeling that okay. It must be a
Yeah.
huge issue.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, how was your bass playing evolved since you joined the band?
Um, I came from like jazz in as a jazz. I love studied jazz, and I always played with my fingers. And over the years, I started using a pick more because it's just been an evolution of what for bass, and for me, what do I think is the best sound for Hailstorm. And so by the third album, I was almost all picking, and I still feel like it's a skill that I'm learning. But for attack and sound, it cuts better in the mix. And for this, I prefer it now over playing with my fingers. I still like to play with my fingers, and I think the approach of playing with fingers is a little different. And so sometimes I'll make a part with my fingers, and then I have to learn how to do it with the pick. And but yeah, it continues to evolve, as well as my tone. That's evolved over the years. I used to have pedals, but I felt every time I plug in a pedal, I hear my signal kind of not sound as good. And so now I get rid of all the pedals. I just play bass and turn it up really loud. And I just like a good kind of clean, a good dirty but sort of attack sound. Yeah. So it's been a lot of years of tweaking.
Cool. And what role do you think the bass plays in Halestorm's signature sound?
It's for me, I feel my purpose is to I think probably most bass players, it's funny, it's so stereotypical saying, but it's like the glue or the of the band or the backbone. It sort of brings everything together, and it's so fun for me to pull to sort of be in sync with RJ rhythmically, but grab onto melody lines and work with or away from, or to make to lift up the melody or embellish parts. It's really fun to do. I am it's my very biased opinion, but I just love the bass. I think it's just the most fun instrument there is, and it's yeah, I that's all I try to do is do what I'm lucky to be with, like, the best singer out there and one of the best drummers out there and an incredible guitar player, and I like lifting all of that up, lifting all of them up, and making them try to make everyone sound better. Mm.
Cool, pretty cool. I love the bass sound. For me, like, it's literally what gives the rhythm from the music. So
Right.
every time I'm listening to something, it's probably want to be one of the very first things that I'm gonna pay attention.
I love that. And I feel like bass is something, it's more you feel than you hear, and it's but without it, it doesn't make sense. Often when we're recording, uh, we record some drums and then guitars and maybe some vocal, but it's always funny to hear everybody's ears perk up when the bass gets recorded, because then it just completes everything. It adds so much feeling. It's awesome. It's the soul.
Yeah, literally, is the soul. It's something about your feeling mostly. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
the word to describe that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, is there a new song that you feel best represents who Halestorm is today?
I think you just said it. I think Everest, the album, but specifically that song. We're 6 albums in. We've been doing this for more than half our lives. We're not young anymore, and this song is sort of us asking these questions, like, why are we here, how are we still here, and it's the sort of it's like the midlife questions of mortality, and um and not having answers, and accepting that, being okay with that.
Pretty cool. About the South America tour, how many times have you guys been to South America? I'm trying to actually count. A
Three.
few times, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is 3 times, but the last time was like 10 years ago,
yeah,
and it was like 2016 or something, and then before that it was like 2013. So it's been so long since this pandemic. I feel like it's like we started over, but it's a new beginning. It's not where we started, you know what I mean? So it's starting over at a new place, and it's really strange. I really, really hope we I look forward to, I shouldn't say hope because I putting it out there, but like I look forward to coming back here more, and this tour we're on right now to visit so many new places and meet new people. It's just been a wonderful experience. It's just, I love it down here. Yeah.
yeah. I think I saw you guys. I don't remember if it was in 2013 or 16 in Brazil, and it's a whole different vibes watching concerts in South America than here in the United States. A whole
Oh
different
yeah.
vibe. And so it's kind of related to my next questions, that South American crowds are always intense. What are you expecting from this return to this place in the world, from this region?
It's something we've been looking forward to for a long time, and it's a question we get asked often. Who are the best fans in the world? It doesn't matter who asks it. The answer is the same. Everyone knows it's South America, and I'd say Brazil, but I've never been to Peru, so I don't know. But it's truly Central and South American fans are just the passion is just such a wonderful feeling um to play for and to be part of it. It's wonderful.
Especially in Peru, where the rock scene is they're very passionate. Uh,
I
what
can't
can
wait.
what can you tell us about that show? Any surprises in the set list?
Um, we've never played there, so I think I think I wish we could play for we have so many albums now and so much music. Our plan is to give you our best, what we feel is the most energy, and for us, it's always a set within a set. It's always about building moments and making these moments and then building on those moments to try and keep the energy up and keep it unique and make it special for everyone. And it's challenging for us, but it's all about making special moments.
You started your tour in Mexico and you will soon be performing in Lima. So far, what has been the most memorable moment of this tour, and what do you have planned for your next show? Something else, not specifically only about Lima, but for the next ones that you have.
Every time we play a live show, it's a chance to learn something. It's learn something about what we do or what we did that worked or didn't work. And we take this, and our sound front of house sound guy records every show, and then we listen back, and it's really fun to take notes and see what worked and maybe what didn't work, and improve from there. So something memorable, I have to say, I Mexico City, all these places, I just, it's been so long since we've been down here. I didn't know what to expect for reception, and Mexico City was incredible, and Santiago was insane. Buenos Aires, wonderful. Brazil, always just incredible. All these interviews we've done have just been so fulfilling, just really, really wonderful. So, um, yeah, we take this, we move forward. After we go home, we don't have many tours this year, and our plan is to work on music, but also work on our live show. Our next big tour is not till September, and in that time, we want to we need to rethink our live show and come up with new ideas and new moments.
That's pretty cool. I wish I could see you guys again in South America because, as far as I remember, it's pretty good.
I think we come out to LA.
Yeah, you guys should come to LA. I would definitely go to
Yeah,
see you guys again.
yeah, come out.
So, just to wrap things up, we'd love for you to leave a random question for our next surprise guest. What would you ask them? Can be a random question.
Okay. This is just off the top of my head. I'm a car guy. I love cars and racing and all that. What what would your dream car or dream motorcycle be?
Well, I would like to answer that, but I'm going to keep a secret.
Okay, okay.
So, thank you so much, Josh, for your time. It was a great interview. It was so nice to having you today. I hope you guys enjoy South America and especially Curitiba. How many days are you guys staying more in that area?
We've had a few days off here. We had yesterday and today. and tomorrow we play. I went to the botanical gardens and I saw the capybara in the
Oh,
park, and so yeah, it was wonderful. Today I do a little shopping for my family, find souvenirs to bring home, and yeah, I think I'm going to an antique store actually. But yeah, I don't know. Just it's been wonderful here, and I look forward to the show tomorrow.
yeah, I'm glad you like the capybaras. They're cute. I love them.
Yeah,
I definitely miss
they're
them
cute.
because I don't see capybaras in LA, so I
Yeah.
definitely miss them.
We were like little kids when we were driving by. We're like, oh, capybara! We were like
And,
freaking out. It's cool.
and they're huge in
They're huge,
Curitiba. They're huge
big.
babies. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're huge. So thank you so much for your time, Josh. I
Yeah.
hope you guys have fun. Hope you guys have fun in Peru. There's a lot of things that you guys should see in there. It's a wonderful city. I definitely love in there. And that was it. Thank you so much for your time, and
Thank you,
hopefully I see you
Bruna.
guys soon.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you so
Ciao.
much. Ciao.